Man, this movie was peak, man. Troy. It focuses on Brad Pitt, Achilles, the Greek hero. And I'm surprised Odysseus was there, but it kind of makes sense. But this guy is Menelaus, the brother of Agamemnon. I'm surprised Menelaus dies early in this. Like he dies before the Trojan War happens. It was like it was before the Trojan War. Hold up. Say something. But then this movie, man, Ajax the Great. This guy is giant, bro. Troy Ajax. The similarities to the Odyssey. I mean, this is about the Iliad, and it leads up. Yeah, it's the Iliad, and then the Odyssey shows like flashbacks for the Iliad. Hold up. Hold up. Wait, you guys hear me now? But this movie was like, damn, 3 hours, 12 minutes. It's 3 hours and 4 minutes until the end. But damn, dude, it was hella crazy. It's quite dark. Hold up. Troy. That movie was fun, bro. It was fun. I mean, Brad Pitt. Wait, hold up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, nice. Can put this here, I guess. I guess can put this here. Wait, where's my phone, bro? Okay, there we go. Nice. So we have Troy, we have Paris. Yeah, Paris is Briseus, Rosemine. Briseus is the cousin of Paris, and is the cousin of Paris. And what's his name? Wait, where was he? Paris and Hector. Yeah, Hector. Oh, this guy. Yeah, these two. Now, they look alike even now. Look how old they are. But this movie, true story, the Iliad. Admit he was only doing it to fulfill studio contract obligation to pulling out of another project. He felt the film lacked artistic depth and turned his character Achilles to a one-dimensional cookie cutter hero. Bruh. Ajax, Bograrius. Priam is the king of Troy. And this is Agamemnon, Menelaus. So Menelaus' wife, what's his name? What's her name? I mean, where is she? Helen, right? Wait, Helen, yeah, Helen. Forgot. Helen left for Paris. Then the brother is very angry at Paris because Troy just made a deal with the Greeks. Agamemnon like controlled most of the Greeks. He's the king, and Odysseus is also a king of Ithaca. From we know this from the Odyssey, you know. But Achilles in this story during the Trojan War, Achilles is dead. In the Odyssey, I guess he died in that too during that. So you can see Menelaus. John Berntal is this guy, and this is the Menelaus in this version. Agamemnon is so much aura in this. This one is like more like you say Lord of the Rings style, but he's still a devious character. Priam is the king of Troy, and then Agamemnon kills him to take over Troy, you know, and then I think actually Achilles actually broke one of the laws of the gods, and then he paid the price, I guess. I think the god Apollo helped Paris to kill Achilles. He like guided Paris's arrow to shoot Achilles in the leg, because there was like a Achilles heels and Troy connection. The greatest Greek was killed during the siege of Troy when a poison arrow pierced his only weak spot, his heel. According to myth, Achilles' mother dipped him as an infant into the sacred river Styx to make him completely invulnerable. Interesting. Oh, dang. With the wheel. Damn, okay. But then he got shot in the heels, which is kind of ironic. Because Achilles killed Paris. Wait, no, Achilles killed Hector, the brother of Paris. Because Hector killed Achilles' cousin, who he thought it was Achilles wearing the armor, but they both look the same. They actually look the same. Was actually closest companion, yeah. But in this Troy, they made him the cousin. I guess it's more connection, more purpose for Achilles to kill Hector, I guess. And actually, they killed off Menelaus quite early on. In the Odyssey, Menelaus survives. In the actual Iliad and Odyssey. So there's a lot of like changes between Christopher Nolan and who's this guy? Director Wolfgang Petersen. They changed a lot from it was a German, damn. The Odyssey. They changed a lot from the source material. I mean, to each their own. British American. Okay, yeah, he's British American. And Odyssey. Did Menelaus came back from the war? And we know Agamemnon comes back from the war and kills. Yes, yeah. Fall of Troy, wandered the Mediterranean for several years due to storms and divine anger, and safely returned to Sparta with his wife Helen. And the two live a stable, prosperous life. Yeah, he lived his island. But in Troy, they killed him off, man, because they wanted to focus more on Paris. And Hector was actually the one who killed Menelaus. Because Menelaus was ready to kill Paris, and then their brothers, so you gotta protect, you know. But this movie overall, it's quite great. The action, the bigger scale of war, and I think there is some emotion. But even Brad Pitt says, was Brad Pitt disappointed with Troy? Yeah, Troy. Yeah. Bruh. Openly disappointed. He only took the role of Achilles because he was contractually obligated to Warner Bros. Pulling out of another project, The Fountain. Pitt felt creatively stifled, stating that he could not get out of the middle of the frame and that the film's direction lacked mystery or nuance. He criticized the flat commercial approach to the narrative, noting that every shot seemed forced to say, "He is the hero." Spoiled by collaboration, Pitt noted that he became spoiled working with meticulous directors like David Fincher, making the studio-driven process of Troy a frustrating contrast. Oh, I think first studio animate character. Okay. I mean, I can see why the character is not really. He's more like he's seen as a hero more, I guess. But anyways, compared to the Odyssey, yup, the Odyssey is more. I don't think there's any complaints from any of the cast. They actually like doing the thing. Melantho, yeah, everybody loved the Odyssey. Brad Pitt, like the main focus is Achilles, bro. I like how they switch. It's like those old movie styles, kind of like Snowfall, where they switch characters, like point of views. It's not like the Odyssey. The Odyssey is entirely focused on Odysseus, though even they did show Agamemnon, but in Troy they showed the POV of Menelaus, Agamemnon, the Helen of Troy, Helen Troy. Helen Troy movie. Helen of Troy, yeah, this is the one. This is the beauty actress. Even switcher Lupita. Wait. Yeah, Diane Kruger. Historical epic. Diane Kruger, this one more beautiful than the new Odyssey. They changed her into a black character. I mean, I don't see the problem, but I can see the appeal to like the original. I mean, Greek mythology has not really been that. Was Greek. He keep a fact that Helen of Troy is white or no? Is it? White arm, golden hair, an elite lifestyle free from outdoor labor rather than fixed. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's not. So I guess they did take a rather interesting, more interesting approach. I mean, she does have. She says sorry to Odysseus. She says sorry to Telemachus, the son of Odysseus, in the Odyssey, which is interesting. No, she says sorry. She says apologies towards Odysseus' wife through Telemachus. She told Telemachus that she apologized for the mother or something. Achilles. Yeah, but this movie, Diane Kruger, I guess. Okay. I mean, Brad Pitt. Yeah, the Odyssey, I feel like there's more emotion. I mean, it's more modern, I guess, but Troy, yeah, there's less emotions, a lot of going on, a lot of point of views. I guess the problem was a lot of POVs, I guess, so couldn't really. If they made like a series like a Snowfall, or they made a better direction like The Devil all the time, it would have been a little bit better, I guess. But you know, that's just people complaining, I guess. Overall, the movie was quite great. The grand scale of the battles is more epic. This one has a lot more emotion for the deaths of the people of Troy and the Trojans and the Greeks. They show respect. And then they did with coin eyes Troy. Place coins on the eyes of the dead to pay Sharon the ferryman for safe passage across. Oh, okay, it makes sense now. The boatman. So the boatman, Greek. The boatman, they show respect so that he gives newly dead across the rivers Styx or Akron unto the underworld. Yeah. So Achilles actually was in hell in the Odyssey, which is Hades. Is Achilles in Hades during the Odyssey? Yup. Odysseus' praise. Achilles, yeah. Where was Achilles in the Odyssey movie? Yeah, it's a bit different. Trojan War, before the fall of Troy. and long before the events of Odysseus' journey home. Yep, it's before the Odyssey, but during the Iliad, so it makes sense. Okay, that's all from me. This movie was quite peak. That's all from me, guys. Thank you. Take care.